Welcome back to the C tutorial series. I'm so glad you're here. Today, we will write our first program in C. We're going to write our first program, hello world.c, two different ways. First, we'll use Visual Studio Code. After that, we'll use either the terminal if you have Linux or Mac, or the PowerShell if you have Windows. Feel free to use whatever version works best for you. In order to download Visual Studio Code, go to code.visualstudio.com/download, then download it for your specific operating system, and this will work no matter if you have Windows, Mac, or Linux. Once you have it downloaded, open up a file, then in order to run code, go to extensions here, then install Code Runner. This will allow you to run C files. After that, create a file called helloworld.c. This will be our first file. If something pops up in the bottom right to install certain C things, feel free to hit yes. This will help with color coding for C. So now let's write the first program. The first line I'm going to do is pound include stdio.h. So what this does, it's importing a library where we can have standard input and output, because when we display hello world, it's an output. Every file in C has a main function, so I'm going to say int main, open and close parentheses, and then brackets here. And since it's int, it's going to return an integer. We'll talk about that in a later video, but if it works, we're just going to return 0. That's what you normally do. And every statement ends with a semicolon. So now let's actually print hello world. So there's this function from the standard input output called printf. And then in double quotes, I'm going to say hello world and do a \n after that. And a \n is the new line character, so that will create a new line. Now when I run this, it's going to print out hello world. And it works. Now let's do the same thing in terminal or PowerShell. I open up the terminal here, and in order to go to a directory in the terminal, you just type cd, and this is under document, so I'm going to do doc, then tab, then it's under YouTube, so I'll tab again, then it's under C, and finally it's under tutorial 1. So the next thing I'm going to do, just to look at it, I'm going to type in ls, and this will show all the files in tutorial 1, which is hello world.c from before, and hello world, which was the file that executed the print statement. I'm then going to create a new file called hello world2.c, and I'm going to do this by doing vim and then hello world2.c. So this will enter a Vim text editor, which is in the terminal. Then I'm going to write the same statements as before. And the first thing I'm going to do is do an I. This will let me insert characters. Then I'm going to do like before. Pound include stdio for standard input and output .h, since it's a header file. Then every function has a main function, and then I'm gonna tab into this and do return 0, and finally a closing parentheses, and then let's print hello world. So I'll do printf and then hello world and a new line character. And you see here there's no highlighting, but we can fix this. So before I exit this file, I want to save this file. So it's :w to save, and we just saved it. Then :w to quit and exit. And if we ls again, this shows that a file called helloworld2.c exists. So in order to have color coding, we need to edit the .vimrc file. So I'm gonna cd, this will take us back home, and then I'll do ls, and it's not gonna show a dot file because that's a hidden file. So I'll do ls-a, which shows hidden files, and currently there is no .vimrc file, so we'll add it here by just doing vim and then .vimrc. Then I'm gonna enter this, and here I'm gonna paste syntax on set number, which will set the line number, set mouse equal to a, tab stop equal to 4, and clipboard equal to unnamed plus. Then I'm gonna hit escape, so this will exit insertion mode, and then I'll do :W followed by :Q. Now if I go back into the .vimrc file, we can see color coding and line numbers. So now let's exit out of this, and we can see color coding and line numbers here as well. So this color coding works for every file. I'm gonna exit out of this. Then I want to display hello world. So how do I do this in the terminal? I'll just do gcc hello world2.c. Then if I do ls, I'm gonna see this file called a.out. So I'll do .\a.out. And when I run this, I get hello world. So this works. Next, we will introduce variables as well as arithmetic operations. Make sure to follow along with this video series by subscribing and hitting the notification bell, or by clicking on the next video so that you can expand your knowledge about C. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to see you next time.